Southport, a seaside town known for its charm and tranquility, became the scene of an unimaginable tragedy. July 29, 2024 began like any other summer day. Families enjoyed the sunshine, laughter echoed through the streets, and a sense of normalcy filled the air. But by day's end, this peace would be shattered, leaving behind a community grappling with shock and sorrow. The epicenter of this tragedy was a local dance studio, usually a space for creativity and joy. It was hosting a Taylor Swift-themed event, a day designed for young fans to celebrate their idol. Little did anyone know, a storm of violence was brewing, threatening to darken this joyful gathering. The event, filled with young girls and their families, was meant to be a celebration of music and friendship. As the music played and laughter filled the room, no one could have predicted the horror that was about to unfold. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates and stories. 3 young lives were tragically cut short that day: Bebe King, Elsie Dot Stancombe, and Alice Aguiar. Bebe, a bright and bubbly 8-year-old, loved to dance and sing, her smile infectious to all who knew her. Elsie, just 7 years old, possessed a quiet strength and a love for animals, always eager to lend a helping hand. Alice, a year older at 8, was a budding artist, her imagination as colourful as the rainbow she loved to draw. Their futures, once brimming with potential, were extinguished in a senseless act of violence. The Southport community, and indeed the nation, mourned the loss of these innocent lives, united in grief and disbelief. The attack left 8 other children and 2 adults with serious injuries. Physical wounds will heal, but the emotional scars of that day will likely remain, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. The alleged perpetrator of this horrific act was 17-year-old Axel Muganwa Rudakubana. Armed with a curved kitchen knife, he unleashed a wave of terror, forever altering the lives of those present. Axel Muganwa Rudakubana was born in Cardiff to parents of Rwandan origin from the Tutsi tribe. His father, who trained extensively in karate, had a significant influence on him. While intended to instill discipline, this exposure to a combative environment may have played a role in shaping Axel's mindset in troubling ways. The Tutsi, a minority group with a history marked by conflict, have been involved in violent struggles in Rwanda and neighboring regions. This background, combined with Axel's upbringing, raises concerns about the impact of certain parental influences and the consequences of nurturing a fighting spirit. Were there underlying social or psychological factors at play? These questions weigh heavily on the minds of investigators and the public alike. What led a young man like Axel down such a dark path? This question continues to haunt investigators and the community. Exploring his background, his family life, and any potential cultural or societal influences becomes crucial in understanding the genesis of this tragedy. The Southport stabbing sent shockwaves far beyond the quiet seaside town. Across the UK, people reeled in horror and disbelief, struggling to comprehend the brutality of the act. News of the attack spread like wildfire, igniting a firestorm of emotions: fear, anger, sadness, and a collective sense of vulnerability. In the wake of this tragedy, a wave of unrest swept through several UK cities. Protests erupted, some fueled by genuine grief and anger, others hijacked by opportunists seeking to exploit the situation for their own agendas. Social media became a breeding ground for misinformation, further inflaming tensions and hindering efforts to maintain peace. The violence that unfolded during some protests served as a stark reminder of the fragility of social order and the speed at which grief and anger can transform into destructive forces. Southport in mourning, the world in support. Amidst the chaos and unrest, the heart of Southport beat with resilience. The community, though devastated, rallied together to support the victims' families and begin the long process of healing. Candlelight vigils illuminated the night, offering solace in a space for shared grief. Flowers, cards, and messages of support poured in from across the globe, testaments to the unifying power of compassion in the face of tragedy. The world mourned, with Southport recognizing the shared humanity that transcends geographical boundaries. The outpouring of support served as a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, love and compassion have the power to shine through. Justice and healing, a long road ahead. As the initial shock subsides, the long and arduous journey towards justice and healing begins. The legal process will unfold, seeking accountability for the crime and answers to the many unanswered questions. The families of the victims, forever marked by this tragedy, will navigate their grief and loss, leaning on the support of their community and the wider world. The Southport stabbing serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of innocent lives and the devastating consequences of violence. It compels us to confront difficult questions about societal issues, mental health, and the proliferation of violence in our world. Most importantly, it calls upon our shared humanity, urging us to choose empathy over division, understanding over judgment, and love over hate.